Yo man, I don't know if you're a Doctor Who fan, or maybe you're just a fan of the new series, but did you ever hear the story about what happened that time when a bunch of different versions of the Doctor ended up in the death zone on Gallifrey? No? Well, let me tell you, it's some crazy shit. Check it out. Doc 5 was hanging at the Eye of Orion, just chillin' with his crew, soaking up some positive ions, but Tegan and Turlough had to help out the Doc fast when it turned out he was illin from a cosmic angst blast. Flashback, let's check out what's going on with Doc 2, partying down with the Brigadier at Unit HQ when a weird-ass pyramid comes down from outer space to carry the Doc and the Brigadier to a faraway place. Doc 3 was taking a drive, Doc 1 was taking a walk, Doc 4 and his girl Romana were on a boat having a talk. 4 slips into a time eddy so that he can't be obtained, but the pyramids get 1, 2, and 3, and also Sarah Jane. One by one they all end up, some confused, some alone, in a bunch of different areas in Gallifrey's death zone. Meanwhile, the story's villain moves some figures on his shelves, and Doc 5 says to his homies, gotta find my other selves. Yeah man, it's the 5 Docs. 5 dudes from the Blue Box. Yeah, you know the story rocks. It's the 5 Docs. From the era of Doc 5, can the Docs all stay alive? Tom Baker doesn't arrive, but it's the 5 Docs. Back on Gallifrey, the Castellan, Barusa, and Flavia sipping drinks and swapping stories about the Master's misbehavior. When the Master rolled in, he was in for a surprise. They said, if you help out the Doc, we'll give you 13 more lives. In the death zone, there's a Dalek chasing Dr. 1 and Susan. Then they find Doc 5's TARDIS, which just makes things more confusing, but they set up a tracer so other Docs can be found. Then Doc 5, Tegan, and Susan go to have a look around. Meanwhile, Doc 2 tells the Brig about how the death zone once was used by the ancient Gallifreyans just to keep themselves amused, used to time scoop lots of homies from all over time and space, and watch them battle to the death in this foreboding place. But Raslan put a stop to all that bullshit long ago. Now he's buried in the tower, so that's where the Doctors go. Enough with Time Lord history, things are just getting intense, so we'll get back to the plot and see if it makes any sense. Yeah man, it's the 5 Docs. 5 dudes from the Blue Box. Yeah, you know the story rocks. It's the 5 Docs. Yeah, Billy Hartnell was dead, so someone else played him instead, which loses it a little cred, but it's the 5 Docs. So the Master's in the zone now and he's packing the Council seal, tries to help Doc 3, but 3 says, yo man, bet you had to steal that from the Council, but the Master said, yo Doc, this is legit. Doc 3 and Sarah blow him off, enough of your bullshit. So the Master has to go and try his luck with Dr. 5, and things ain't looking good because suddenly their lives are both threatened by some Cybermen who instantly attack, but 5 steals the Master's transmat and escapes, arriving back at the Council where he tells Barusa that he smells a rat. Someone used the time scoop and only a Time Lord could do that, so Barusa gets suspicious and arrests the Castellan, who gets shot by hasty guards, but did they accuse the wrong man? 1 and Tegan go to Raslan's tomb, but then some Cybermen show up with the Master, who then double crosses them. 3 and Sarah deal with a Raslan warrior robot, then they find some companions who are nothing more than phantoms of the mind. Yeah man, it's the 5 Docs. 5 dudes from the Blue Box. Yeah, you know the story rocks. It's the 5 Docs. Yeah, it's a complicated plot, so I'm leaving out a lot. But what you hear is what you got. It's the 5 Docs. Yo, things are getting freaky at the center of the zone, when Doctor 2 and the Brig must face some phantoms of their own, but eventually the entire cast ends up in one room in the burial chamber at the heart of Rassilon's tomb. If you thought the story's villain was the Master, you were wrong. It turns out it was President Barusa all along. He wants Rassilon's ring, which gives you immortality, and he gets it after overcoming 2, 1, 5, and 3. But Doc 1 figures out something Barusa hadn't known. Seems that immortality means turning into stone. A posse of Time Lords led by Chancellor Flavia arrives, and gratefully she gives the presidency to Doc 5. But he doesn't want to do it, so he flees through time and space, and all of the cast gets put right back into their proper place. So lots of pointless fanwake and a threat to the universe? Eat your heart out, Russell Davies. Terrence did it first. Yeah man, it's the 5 Docs. 5 dudes from the Blue Box. Yeah, you know the story rocks. It's the 5 Docs. So now it's the end of the show, so I have got to go. But I just wanted you to know that it's the 5 Docs. Yeah man, it's the 5 Docs. 5 dudes from the Blue Box. Yeah, you know the story rocks. It's the 5 Docs.